Welcome, welcome. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? A little weird day. Weird day. It is Tuesday, February 3rd. Something kind of off topic. I'm trying to get into this business fraternity, and I was at all the events, basically this and that, talking, and then they said email would come out Tuesday morning about if you're even invited back, if that makes sense. There's no email until 2 o'clock. I'm like, bro, if they don't even say all right, I don't even have to get invited. Let's just say thank you for coming out, etc. We got invited to the next thing, but that's besides the point. I was about to crash out and kind of be like, screw all that stuff. But we'll see, and move on to the next thing. I definitely think it'd be beneficial for me, so that's why it's kind of importance to me. But yeah, I was almost like, there's no way, like they didn't even send out a thank you or nothing. But it turns out that we got moved on, so that's a little plus. But first, let's thank the Lord God, who gave me the ability to move on. You feel me? Wow, what a long gospel. They said in the morning they would give an email, so I was like, okay, I guess not. But then they send it at 2 o'clock, so it just had me stressing all day. We'll see, should be fun. Alright, let's get into this. Y'all are getting into my personal life. Get out of that. Alright, gospel from Mark. I saw some Luke yesterday, it's kind of surprising. Or I think it was Luke and Mark, maybe. Alright, let's just do it. Long gospel day. When Jesus had crossed again in a boat to the other side, a large crowd gathered around him, and he stayed close to the sea. One of the synagogue officials named Jairus, I don't know if it's a silent J, if that makes sense, came forward. Seeing him, he fell at his feet and pleaded earnestly with him, saying, "My daughter is at the point of death. Please come lay your hands on her, that she may get well and live." He went off with him, and a large crowd followed him. There was a woman afflicted with hemorrhages for 12 years. She had suffered greatly at the hands of many doctors, and had spent all she had. Yet she was not helped, but only grew worse. She had heard about Jesus and came up behind him in the crowd and touched his clothes. She said, "If I but touch his clothes, I shall be cured." Oh, this is a great gospel. Oh my gosh. Immediately her flow of blood dried up. She felt in her body that she was healed of her affliction. Jesus, aware at once that power had gone out of him, turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who has touched my clothes?" But his disciples said to him, "You see how the crowd is pressed upon you, and you ask, 'Who touched me?'" And he looked around to see who had done it. The woman, realizing what had happened, approached in fear and trembling. She fell down before Jesus and told him the whole truth. He said to her, "Daughter, and your faith has saved you. Go in peace and be cured of your affliction." That's deep right there. That gets me going, man. I ain't gonna lie. When he was still speaking, people from the synagogue's official house arrived and said, "Your daughter has died. Why trouble the teaching any longer?" Disregarding the message that was reported, Jesus said to the synagogue official, "Do not be afraid, just have faith." He did not allow anyone to accompany him inside except Peter, James, John, and the brother of James. When they had arrived at the house of the synagogue official, he caught sight of the commotion, people weeping and wailing loudly. So he went in and said to them, "Why is this commotion and weeping? The child is not dead but asleep." And they ridiculed him. Then he put them all out. He took along the child's father and mother and those who were with them and entered the room where the child was. He took the child by the hand and said to her, "Talikum," I don't know, which means, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." The child of 12, arose immediately and walked around. At that, they were utterly astounded. He gave strict orders that no one should know this, and said that she should be given something to eat. I absolutely love this this verse. You know, if you just get into this book right here, it kind of goes into personal stories of, you know, people's afflictions and struggles, and then how they were overcame by faith. But what is the central idea around this? The central idea around this is faith. Do not be afraid, just have faith. But if I touch his clothes, I shall be cured. Daughter, your faith has saved you. Go in peace and be cured of your affliction. Dang, it gets me like, it's like a weak spot. It's a weak spot inside of me when it comes to, like, the human condition, almost, for example. Like, it's hard to have a faith in something to the point where you can be healed. And because she believed this, that is kind of, you know, why she was necessarily healed, is kind of the implication. But her faith has saved her. And then it goes into the do not be afraid, just have faith. If you have faith in God's plan, God's mission, there's nothing to worry about. Do not be afraid. So yeah, that's some food for thought. Definitely some food for thought for me. Yeah, I know that's just like a really impactful verse for me. I really like that stuff. But yeah, let's stop being a Debbie Downer for a second and just, you know, do not be afraid and have faith. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Gosh, man. About to get emotional up in here, but that's how it is, man. It's low-key rough. Wow, NASDAQ dumped. Okay. Let's get into the trading session. February 3rd, Tuesday. Today was a whack day on the NASDAQ. Like usual, you know, this is my third day trading gold, and I've been hitting, I had 3 profitable days on gold. So I'm just going to keep on doing what I got to do. But this is low-key nuts. Clear manipulation to the upside, consolidation, absolute market maker sell model to the downside. I had no idea. Like, I'm just going to kind of go over a quick analysis. There's nothing here. 930 opens there. We just rip lower. There's nothing in here for me. Nothing. Like, I need a market maker sell model or some sort of high to get swept, so then I can wait for a shift below this low or something like that, but there was nothing. ES had a little bit of a better right here had a little bit of a better idea, but I was, like I said, not bearish at any extent. I had no idea what was going to happen on NASDAQ today, and I will completely subscribe and be honest with that. I had no idea what NASDAQ wanted to do today. So what did I do? I went to gold, and I said, gold, you have been my baby mama. You have been my baby mama. Gold, look at this. Look at this price action. So much more clean. New York actually gets a nice range every single time. But yeah, let's just get into it, bro. It's going to be a little tougher day on gold, but it's gonna make sense. So we're coming into this daily fair value gap. I'm expecting us to come into the daily fair value gap, first of all. Okay. Right here, we get a market structure shift on the 4-hour. So as soon as we get that market structure shift on the 4-hour, if I just do this, bam, 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 get that shift, our retracement lower. Okay, so this is our retracement lower, market maker sell model. We sweep out that market maker sell model low. I can delete this low because that was a sell side draw that was tricking me. Same with this low. We have a high, a low. Oh no, we have a low, high, lower low, higher high. So we have a market maker buy model in here to this high. So once we sweep this high, my mind is like, okay, I'm pretty neutral, but I'm going to hold the same bias essentially. My daily bias is what? Coming into this daily fair value gap. Maybe we come into and want to reject, but as of now, we look pretty bullish. We're up about 6% on the day. So I'm not going to be fighting a bearish bias in the morning because we need to come up and fill this fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be kind of weird to just reverse off of this relative equal high. Like, these are relative equal highs in a certain sense. That's besides the point. So you look here, we literally have this market maker buy model. We go into the smaller time frame. This was important because of the fact that Nasdaq is dumping to the ground. I had a preconceived notion of a loss right here. Why is it not? It's not. My executions are not going to be able to show up for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. I'll just do that. Okay, bet. It might look like a mess, but trust me, bro. It all makes sense. So we go to this. Let's just go to the 5 minute. Shift below here. Market come down. Takes out this internal low. Okay. We have a low, lower low. So we look for a high in between these lows. There's our high. We get a shift above this high. This right here should have been my long. I wanted to long at 10 a.m. right around here. Take out this buy side and this buy side to eventually, you know, reverse lower, if that makes sense. So I missed that 10 a.m. entry. I come up, I take a retracement into 3 fair value gaps, which is one mistake on the 1 minute. But if you go to the 3 minute, there's a fair value gap there, and I was okay with taking this loss. This is a perfectly fine loss in my book. I'm fine with that. It wasn't even much. It was like $150. It was nothing. Then we come lower, and I take a buy. I wanted to see this low be protected, and it is. This low I wanted to see be protected, so I took a long, and I was like, you know what? Why am I doing that? I'm being premature. I know we could potentially get invalidated, come lower. Let me cancel. So I canceled the same candle. Once I see better confirmation of this candle coming up, I take a long. We go break even basically once we take this internal high, and we got stopped out, break even right there. So that's 2 trades. Then once I get stopped, I'm like, bro, not stopped. Once I got break even, I'm like, I feel like market structure shifted to the downside. It's kind of invalidated my bot. We just inversed this larger time frame 3 minute fair value gap. Like, this is probably just gonna head lower. So I take a short, and then we're high resistance as hell, and then I get stopped out right above this high. Once I get stopped there, I'm like, I know my bias is right now. I don't know what I was thinking with the short. Let me just enter my longs again. So enter longs, enter longs, enter longs. 1 con, 2 cons right above this high, and then the final rest up here. Hard day, yes. Guaranteed hard day. What's more important to take away from this? Yes, I came out alive. I could have very well not came out alive and took this loss right here and then been done with the day right there, because this was essentially putting my max risk on the table. So maybe I did over risk, but I knew that all this down here was a result of me being negligent to this loss. This loss should have gave me the idea and the perspective that I was just early. We put in relative equal highs. There's no way we're reversing after taking this internal high. This is all protected. 930 traps people going lower, rally higher, trap people going higher. Then we're trapping shorts again. We fail to take a swing low. And what is that swing low right there? It's a 5 minute market structure shift. So we don't take that swing low. That means that we're not shifting larger time frame structure, which should have been a short. If we shifted below this low, say here, then that's when you take a short. But we did not shift structure, so my idea should have still been longs 100% of the way. And yeah, you know, classic inverse fair value gap entry right off there. Here, beautiful trade. Oh no, sorry, that was the exit. Beautiful trades though, beautiful trades. And yeah, you know, that's it. I've been trading gold recently, and it's been going really well, to be honest. today was a little harder for sure, but if you look, like, it's pretty hard to not want to short to these relative equal lows. Like, it was difficult to not, but when you have a market structure idea and a full bias that's around it, it's a lot easier to kind of keep your head out of the gutter. And I say that hindsight now, but my head was in the gutter 100% in this 3 trade sequence. Maybe I understand taking this loss fully. This one, because we shifted above the high, retracement, but we never held that fair value gap. We never closed back out of it. So, what's my model? Fair value gap, or 2022 with the fair value gap. It's kind of implied. So then right here we got the low, slept the high, fair value gap, or no fair value gap, but eventually inverse fair value gap. So technically, my 2 trades of the day that should have been taken, this one and this one, were both the model. This one did not work because of time and because of, honestly, I would say manipulation, because they're supposed to be correlated assets, and if you look, we are going here, and then eventually we start, actually no, it didn't make sense. So we start to rally there, and then that's it for NASDAQ. We just melt lower. But then for gold, we're still going higher. So I don't really concern myself with that. That's kind of another testament to just only focus on one asset when you're going to trade it. Maybe, yes, it looks crazy, but does not matter, because it's like if you just kind of know, you better capitalize on where it's going to go. So yeah, for just the future, definitely wish to get rid of this short 100% and this long 100%. Actually, not even this long, but this short 100%, because I was break even on there, so I only had 1 loss, and I could have been good. Alright, sorry to keep y'all hanging there, but had to get some little response, some messages, you feel me? But yeah, that's all I really got today. I'm running up these apex balances, pretty solid. Just gotta keep doing what you're doing, man. Just gotta keep doing what you're doing. And I look at today's performance like this, and I kind of take it as a joke. But that's just kind of just how it is. Something interesting I kind of want to show you also is just a little guy, a top step challenge. I took I'm not even gonna pull it up, but I took a short right here, added on here, took partials here. Oh no, sorry, I took partials under here, and then got stopped out break even, the rest right there. So about 700 on that trade right there. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and run that up on the side. Nothing crazy during the session for sure. Yeah, I just want a top step account really bad, to be honest. I like how my balance right now is pretty good. Like, I have a good balance, and I have the days for it. I have the winning days. I have all that, and I could withdraw hypothetically if I was on top step right now. But Apex has that BS, how you gotta get above the threshold. Actually, let me check. It's either 1,500 or I don't know. Your minimum is 500, which makes sense. Okay, yeah. So okay, here we go. So you have 8 trading days, 100%. I have 100%, 50 days profit, more. Actually, maybe not even, not yet. I think that was my third day trading this 25K. 30% consistency rule. That's important because they'll just kick your ass off. Oh yeah, okay. So your account balance must meet the requirement. Oh my gosh, it's not that. Dang, that's actually nice. Which includes surpassing the trailing drawdown level. The trailing drawdown PA stops at your starting balance plus 100. So once you get to 26,600, you can request payout. 52,600, you can reach a payout of 500 minimum. So yeah, minimum payout 500, account size 8 days, and you have that required balance. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for on both of them for now. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race realistically. But then, you know, see, it's like, you know, you get that trailing drawdown. All you can do is get 500 out of here, so then it goes to 26,100, and then you just do the same thing over and over again. So it's honestly not that bad, but I don't know how many days you have to do in between to to rescue out. All I need is all I need is 5 days of profit. Alright, it does not matter. We'll get there when we need to. I don't know why. Oh yeah, reset. Oh no, not reset the payout. That's why is it what? I don't know. Doesn't matter, y'all. I will see y'all eventually. I gotta get to my life. And I will see y'all eventually. Stay blessed. Do not be afraid and have faith. That is a heart-touching quote. I hope y'all have a great one and enjoy your day.